In today's lesson, we'll be learning how to convert vertex form to standard form. If you recall, a quadratic relation can take on three different forms. It can take on standard form, vertex form, and factored form. Today, we'll be learning how to convert vertex form into standard form. Before we do that, let's review how to square a binomial. If you have a binomial that has an addition sign between the two terms, you can use this shortcut when expanding it. Conversely, if you have a binomial with a subtraction sign between the two terms, you can use this shortcut when expanding it. In either case, if you forget the shortcut, you can still use FOIL to expand both of these binomials. In our first example, we want to convert a quadratic relation from vertex form to standard form. The first thing you want to do is expand the binomial. In other words, you want to square this binomial. I'm going to do that over to the side. You should realize that you have a minus b to the power of 2. The shortcut for that is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. In this particular situation, a is equal to x and b is equal to 4. All I need to do now is substitute in my values of a and b into my shortcut. So I'm going to get x squared minus 2x multiplied by 4 plus 4 squared. At this point, you just need to simplify, so that becomes x squared. It becomes negative 8x, and that becomes positive 16. Now that I've done my rough work, I'm going to rewrite the question. I'm going to replace the binomial, which has been squared, and I'm going to replace it with x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 1. At this point, you should realize that the brackets are not necessary, and you can just go ahead and collect like terms. The like terms here being positive 16 and negative 1, which will give you positive 15. Therefore, we've just converted our quadratic relation from vertex form to standard form. In our second example, we want to convert the quadratic relation from vertex form to standard form. We're going to begin by expanding this binomial. In other words, we want to square it. You should realize that this binomial is a plus b to the power of 2. And the shortcut for this is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. In this particular situation, a is equal to x and b is equal to 3. So all you need to do now is substitute in your values of a and b into your shortcut, which will give me x squared plus 2 times x multiplied by 3, and then plus 3 squared. All you need to do now is simplify this, so that is just x squared. That becomes 6x, and that becomes positive 9. Now that I've done all my rough work, I'm going to rewrite the question. Since I know what this binomial is after it is squared, I'm just going to replace it. So the 2 stays exactly the same, and everything goes into the brackets. You should notice that you have a number in front of a pair of brackets, which means you need to use the distributive property, which means everything inside the brackets is going to get multiplied by 2. So that becomes 2x squared, positive 12x, positive 18, and the negative 3, since it is outside of the brackets, remains unchanged. At this point, all you need to do is collect like terms. The like terms being positive 18 and negative 3, so that simplifies to positive 15. Therefore, we've just converted our quadratic relation from vertex form to standard form.